last part of the 24-hour live streaming Super Review Show marathon. We're on the last. You okay? He took a nap. You okay? Do you want some coffee or anything? We can make some. So we're on the last part. We're starting now. Just to double check on it. We're going in. This is going into this 3 hour. This is the last one. The final part. So? We're live. Yeah, this is the last part. This is part 11. So I'll put this over here. I think you can't even. So, actually I'll do this too.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, I was asleep. And I was
Jake,
tired.
Jake took a very nice nap. I was looking up statistics on some stuff that I wanted to look up. Anyways, so right now, I don't know if you guys know, but this is the last part of the 24-hour Super Review Show Summer Edition Marathon that we are like so crazy about, right? I even backed up my drive. I even backed up my computer while live streaming and looking up stuff. This little boy can do it. There's that. So guys, we're just gonna treat this as if you've been with us for as long as we've been doing this, I guess.
Yeah.
We've done this. I've done this now for over 20 hours, something like that. I can't remember. But Jake is just tired. He's right there. He was like the constant for a little. I fell asleep. I feel terrible that I did. You can hit me now. It's fine. But the point is that we are now going to end this one. This will be the last one that we're going to do. You guys are going to watch, and it should be fun. I've been eating popcorn all day. No. It's pretty disgusting. I don't mind it, but anyways, guys, like I said, imagine if we were doing this for charity. Imagine like we could do this for like a fundraiser for charity. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. By the way, apparently there's an option where you can stream live for like 2 hours in 1440, okay? HD. That's a little scary. I don't want to do that, but I'll do it another time. So yeah, guys, YouTube has this thing where you can stream live in above 1080, which is pretty cool. Oh my god. So, do you need anything else to be charged, or you good?
I'm just charging. Already been charging.
Okay. So, by the way,
I'm just gonna go home and sleep. And,
yeah, go home. When we're done, go home and do what you gotta do. I drink a lot of water. 4 hours ago, someone shared something in a group that I'm a part of.
Mm.
These were the photos for Shailene Woodley as Mary Jane. For the Mark by the Spider-Man. That
Yeah.
never happened.
Oh, really?
We could have gotten that. If only you guys had any idea what I just showed my buddy. Should I show them?
Yeah.
So it turns out that we could have gotten if the Amazing Spider-Man 3 had ever happened.
Yeah.
If the Amazing Spider-Man 3 had ever happened, God bless all the men out there who are crying right now for this. This is what we would have gotten. Like, holy effing shit.
Oh, wow.
That, and it's the,
Well, Emma Stone did really well.
Emma Stone did good, but she was Gwen, and I think I look, personally, I'm more of a Shailene Woodley person.
Who the fuck is Gwen?
Gwen Stacy. She was in Spider-Man 3, if you remember that.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm.
You know what? You know.
Yeah, I know. They switched the main roles.
What,
Literally, Mary Jane Watson was the one.
dude, I wanted
forward.
MJ.
Now it's.
It's okay. But you know what it is? I think Spidey, for Peter Parker is just like he's a loser. And when you really break down Spider-Man, the guy is literally a kid who was bit by a spider, a radioactive spider. He was a total nerd. He was the loser in high school. Then he becomes a superhero, but at the same time he has problems with like girls. He's got problems with other teenagers. Got problems with like bullies. He's Spidey's a superhero, but he has all these problems. It's such a revealing thing to have a superhero like that now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who says? Personally, I'd rather have Shailene Woodley back than Zendaya, whatever her name is. I'd rather have her than Zendaya. I've always been more of a Shailene Woodley person than Emma Stone, but Emma Stone's pretty nice. But for me, it's Shailene. I love you, Shailene. You're awesome. Shout out. So, what do you want to talk about? I mean, we're on like a Marvel roll. You want to go that way?
I don't know. I can hardly go out.
Look at this. There's a report that came out roughly about an hour ago, apparently, that the Russo brothers are talking about putting Captain Marvel in Avengers: Infinity War. I don't know the release date schedule, because I'm not sure if Captain Marvel comes out before or after. Because it would make sense to have Captain Marvel in another movie before her solo film, and then we already know who she is at that point. Kind of like what they did with Falcon. We didn't have a solo Falcon movie. They introduced him in Winter Soldier, and now he's in Avengers. The same thing as War Machine. You know, they did it with these other characters, but now they should do it with the main character. I don't know. It's one of the. I think that's the way they can go. I gotta look at the release date schedule. Hold on. What do you want?
Sorry if I like fall asleep. It's just
No, it's fine. If you fall asleep, it's tough.
I need as much as I can. Sure.
What was it? It was yeah. Marvel release. There you go. Oh, so apparently. The Marvel Cinematic Universe Wikipedia page. So here's the deal. Phase 1, Phase 2. So right now we have upcoming Doctor Strange on November 4th, 2016. That's this year. The next one after that is May 5th, 2017 with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Then we have Spider-Man Homecoming on July 7th, 2017. So that's a short few months after Guardians. We get a Spider-Man reboot. And then later that year we get Thor Ragnarok in November. And then next year, in 2018, we get Black Panther on February 16th. And then Avengers Infinity War Avengers Infinity War on May 4th, 2018. Ant-Man and the Wasp on July 6th, 2018. And then Captain Marvel on March 8th, 2019. So really, and there's the Avengers 2, whatever. That other Avengers film is, they changed the titles on. Have you heard about that? Avengers Infinity War is now one movie. That begs the question, what do you do? Because we all know we all know it's gonna be Thanos. We know that it's gonna be the big purple man. What if they did like? Here's my theory: is that they have. I'm looking at the poster. Yeah. Okay. So who's your main roster of the Avengers? There. You have Iron Man. You have Captain America. You have Thor. Hawkeye. Black Widow. Hulk. Hulk is somewhere in space. That's the core six, right? And then you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then you have Vision and Scarlet Witch. That's 14. No, it's 13. But Black Panther at that point. You'll have Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel could be introduced in Infinity War and then have her own standalone movie. You know what they could do? They could have Captain Marvel in Avengers Infinity War. Then you could have Captain Marvel where does she come from? Like they get curious by her character, and then they go back to the backstory. They could do that. That'd be too much. Do you think that's too much?
No,
if they introduce her and then go back to the origin story, that'd be a nice flip, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, cause as long as they explain where everything is,
right?
I don't think it's gonna really bother anyone.
Yeah. You know what I think?
Unless like someone's like really picky about like, maybe this character should come out first, or that should happen, which is like, well, maybe not.
I got really pissed off. You know why? Because they took Inhumans off of the release schedule. That's Marvel's answers to the X-Men right there. That's like, they're never going to get X-Men back. Never. Not even in our lifetime. So we're like 90, they're never going to get it back. The rights are going to remain at Fox forever. Because they've made such a successful franchise already. And they turned into a mess at some point. X-Men Origins Wolverine, anyone? X-Men, the ending of X-Men 3, anyone? The fight scenes were good, but still. But like X-Men has kind of moved on to the point where I love majority of them. I love 1, I love 2. When 1 resurrected the superhero genre.
Yeah.
Blade was the first kick at the can in 1998, and then you had X-Men in 2000. That was Hugh Jackman's first American role, and that was 16 years ago. It's scary, and he's still Wolverine, and his next movie is gonna be like the last time, right?
The last video.
You know what they should do? They should play that Rolling Stones song in the movie The Last Time.
I don't know. Let's see what's in store.
That'd be cool. No, but they also said the next Wolverine movie has Professor X, but it's gonna be the last time we see Patrick Stewart as it. That's him. I'm a little upset by that. Hey,
I figured. I kind of figured that was coming.
Right. When does Deadpool take place in the X-Men timeline?
I have no fucking clue.
I think he takes place. Maybe people can help us out if they're awake. I'd say Deadpool takes place. Deadpool takes place in the modern day, because you saw in the sequences with the X-Jet and the Colossus is there. But here's the thing: they recast him. They were gonna bring Daniel Cudmore back from the X-Men film series, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, Days of Future Past. They were gonna bring that actor in to play, but he said he didn't want to do it because he's just in his metallic form. So they had to recast the role, which kind of screwed up the continuity a little bit. But they already fixed that because of the new timeline with X-Men, Days of Future Past. And actually, did you know that I don't know if you picked up this, but in Days of Future Past, they fixed all the continuity errors except one. The claws, Wolverine's claws were the only not constant. X-Men Apocalypse, spoiler alert, changed that. You know, because X-Men Apocalypse, you saw X-Men Apocalypse, right? Apocalypse, he has his claws via Weapon X in that movie, therefore that now this universe makes sense. The timeline has been fixed 100% via Days of Future Past and that one moment in X-Men Apocalypse in the chamber room, right? So there's that. And what do you want? You know what? Did you like Ghost? I told you this like 5 hours ago or something. That Ghost Rider is coming to Agents of Shield.
Yep.
That should be interesting, you know. Bringing, you know, I mean, it's. But here's the thing: you're bringing like an R-rated character to a PG-13 TV show.
Kind of dead.
Character's dead.
No, like just everything and how Ghost Rider is. You know, what we are talking about the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, like the Nicolas Cage played the character. That's the guy.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Not Hellfire.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. I'm shocked that they're reviving him because he's been no one's been really talking about him.
No one's kicked at his can in a while.
Yeah.
He's a great character too.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, but like
Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, it's to the point that where you can't.
He's kind of an R-rated
I'm
hero.
so tired. I can't even think straight.
I just had some coffee. Do you want me to get you some?
No, it's I need sleep.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like from that no one really pays attention, and the fact that it didn't really do well, and it kind of killed it a little bit. But if someone could if they could pull it off to revive it somehow.
Right, I got you.
So maybe it could be just something good. If it's done properly, that is.
I think plus Marvel did get the rights back to 5 characters now. Did you hear about this? A few years ago they got the rights back to Daredevil. Go figure. They made the Netflix show. Punisher is in Daredevil. Blade, they're working on something. I don't know what they're working on, but they're talking to like all these younger actors, these African American actors, to play Blade again. They're not sure though, right? Here's the thing. They're in a sticky situation with Blade because Blade 1 and 2 are great. Blade 3 was terrible. And there was that short-lived Blade TV series that took place after Blade 3. Yeah. So Blade was also the first kick at Marvel's can, so to speak. They didn't realize they saw more of him as like a vampire horror thing, right? At the time. Then Blade 2 was just awesome. But another thing I wanted to touch on was with Blade. One of the things that was tossed around apparently was the fact that Blade they wanted to introduce Blade into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But Blade is already the 3 Blade films and the TV series history exists in the MCU before Iron Man and all that. Kind of like an underworld type of thing, but then that would also beg the question: why would you bring like a vampire-y type of world into this world that we have technology and we have these superheroes running around? Doctor Strange could be the answer to that, but I don't know. Like, there's all this stuff that's kind of being tied around, like with Doctor Strange. Could I heard a really good theory before Scarlet Witch was introduced, and tell me if this makes sense for you, right? Before Scarlet Witch came into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, someone proposed the idea saying, I heard about this, and they said, could they introduce her and her brother, Quicksilver, as a failed student of Doctor Strange? Could they, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, could they, he's awake, by the way. Well, not really, but he's conscious. Like, could they introduce her as like a failed? How they explain magic? Is she a failed student, or does she just have hex powers? You know, stuff like that. And I think they did a good job of explaining her. Joss Whedon spent a lot of time with her, and he really introduced the character well. I can't believe we met 3 new Avengers in that movie too. Except one got shot to death. And took a roll off. Yeah. I don't know. This is my opinion. I think they should give less time to Bucky. Because they spent one movie called The Winter Soldier on him, and he had a lot of screen time. That was great, but at the same time, Yeah, you could have highlighted Black Widow a little more. You could have highlighted Cap just a tiny bit more. Overall, it's still a great movie. But as far as like that, like the Winter Soldier thing, they really shine that in Civil War like a giant gold coin. They're like, hey, we have Bucky, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I get your point, but at the heart of it, it's still a Captain America movie. But at the same time, you had Civil War. I looked at Civil War as if Civil War was a Captain America movie with Civil War elements and theme to it. That's the way I look at it. Because it's still a Captain America movie with obviously Bucky and stuff, and then the airport scene is the Civil War part. You know? But I don't know. So, I think Jake has dozed off on this, so I'm going to talk for a little while about some Marvel stuff for a few minutes here. I'll leave you be. We're going to back over to me. Testing, are we good? We're good? Okay, we're live. So as I was saying, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is really it's dominating the box office. It's one of the most successful movie ideas in a very long time. And it's grossed $10 billion or something like that already. And it's crazy how much money that thing has made. It's so weirdly crazy how much money that thing has made. The universe as a whole. Now, obviously, they've branched out into television. I'm actually going to look up the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, here's the thing, right? They have all this crazy stuff. And let's not forget, guys, the Incredible Hulk movie that came out, 7-8 years ago, is part of canon in this Marvel universe. It's a part of the story. Because General Ross was in Civil War, and he was also in that Hulk film that kind of tied that together, if you will. So here's the films, if I can get to it. So we've come a long way. Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, but Thor, Captain America, The First Avenger, and then Marvel's The Avengers is one of my favorite movies of all time. That was Phase 1. Phase 2 is Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Age of Ultron. You would think that Avengers would be the last one, but it's Ant-Man is the last one. Phase 3 just started back in May with Captain America, Civil War. And Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 are currently in post-production. What's currently filming is Thor Ragnarok and Spider-Man Homecoming. And Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War are already in pre-production. And that untitled Avengers film is actually in a pre-production as well, because they're going to shoot it as one big project, more likely. And Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel are in development. And the television series are very interesting. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now on for seasons. They finished season 3. They're going to go to season 4, and they're filming season 4 right now. The show has picked up a lot of steam. I will say that. Agent Carter, I think it was really good how 2 seasons was enough. I know there was a bunch of reports that I did, videos that came out saying, hey, this is this. I think I'm happy it's gone. I loved it, but it was time to let it go. Haley Atwell herself, she's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, we're going to see, whatever. So Marvel's Damage Control, I don't know what this is about, actually. I think it's about... Marvel's Damage Control is about... The show will follow an overworked, unpaid cleanup crew. Marvel... Oh, that should be interesting. It says it's a show that follows the cleanup crew of people who specialize in the aftermath of superhero conflicts, rescheduling the events of conflicts, and retrieving lost items. That sounds interesting. That sounds like it could be fun. I like that idea of having a show like that, where it's from the human perspective instead of the superhero perspective, where you have these regular humans who kind of deal with that stuff. That could be very interesting. So that's TV series on, I think, on ABC. By the way, And then here's Netflix. Netflix has a lot of stuff coming out. You already had Daredevil season 1 and 2. I'm almost done with Daredevil season 2. Marvel's Jessica Jones. I have yet to see any of it whatsoever, because I've been so booked with a bunch of other stuff in my life. It's Super Review Show is one of my priorities, but it hasn't gotten around to me. Luke Cage is coming out. Is preparing for its release on September 30th of this year. Next year is Iron Fist and the Defenders TV series as a whole, all in Hell's Kitchen, New York, and I believe they're all filming in Hell's Kitchen. They're all filming in New York City, where the Marvel Comics kind of started. Governor Cuomo was actually part of that press conference. Remember that? And then Marvel's The Punisher has yet to be determined, but they're going to choose 13 episodes. And actually, Defenders is only going to be 8 episodes. I wonder who's going to be the villain. Could it be Kingpin? Could it be, who knows? Iron Fist is filming actually right now, so there's that. They ordered now ABC Family, which is now Freeform, ordered a TV series of Cloak and Dagger, which to my understanding, could be about your phone's ringing. Okay, it's okay. What is that? Sorry guys, this phone's ringing. Marvel's Cloak and Dagger will. Here's what it says: it's Tyrone Johnson and Tandy Bowen, two teenagers from different backgrounds, acquire superpowers while forming a romantic relationship. Drama. They soon realize that their powers work better when they are together, but in quotation marks, but their feelings for each other make their already complicated world even more challenging. Sounds interesting. ABC Network announced a freeform straight-to-series order. Wow. And it says that this is going to be their first venture into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But the superhero love story. A superhero love story. We have so many of those. But this could be an interesting TV series when you think about it, though. I mean, it could be something. Freeform is probably the right world for that. I don't think that should be on ABC, like the actual network ABC. I think that should be like, And actually, the unaired pilot of Marvel's Most Wanted, which was I believe it was just Mockingbird and they were going to spin off Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they were going to take Adrian Palicki and Nick Blood's characters and Dominic Fortune and make their own kind of spin-off show, but they're like, nah, we don't really want to do that. Good call. I don't really want to see that. Short films, comic book tie-ins. They just have a lot of great. I really like. Here's the thing. One of my things that I've always looked at Marvel was that anytime you're an actor in one of their movies, you're stuck as that character in that universe. So that when they got Ben Kingsley to play the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, I was like, that's gonna be awesome. He's the only character that can play that. He's the only guy that can play that character now in that universe. They can't really change it up. That's one of the dangers of Marvel. You have all these A-list actors, and they're all gonna be in the Marvel or DC universe, and they're gonna be stuck as that character. I'm sure they're okay with that, but just. As a fan perspective, like, you think you're going to run out of actors, but I don't think they will. Marvel's kind of doing their own thing. We're going to jump over to DC around, let's say, 8:30, 8:45. Yeah, we'll jump over to the DC side of stuff. That was halfway through. We can talk about DC for the rest of the time. Should we talk about Spider-Man or no? Well, we already did Spider-Man. We did Marvel, so we want to talk about X-Men? Yeah, we'll talk about X-Men. So, X-Men, I'll talk about it. So, here's the thing. X-Men. The X-Men franchise is truly one of my favorite superhero franchises in general. I love it almost as much as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But here's the thing though, Marvel Studios proper has kind of done something that X-Men has not done. Marvel Studios has given us the action that we need. Like I would love it. I would have loved to have seen the X-Men Apocalypse be about the original cast fighting Apocalypse more than, let's say, the First Class cast. You know what I mean? I love the First Class cast. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I love James McAvoy. I love all those guys. But seeing, you have more characters with the present day cast. You have Kelsey Grammer as Beast. You have what's his face? What do you have? Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm. That's pretty powerful right there. You have Colossus. You have Iceman. You have Kitty Pryde. I'm trying to think back now. Then you have Bishop. You have all these new characters in the present time period, whereas in the First Class you don't have a lot of characters. They had to introduce a lot. Nightcrawler is one of those examples. He was in X-Men. He was in X-Men 2 and he was just like gone, like his power. X-Men. I don't know. It's one of those things where you just have to kind of like think about it for a sec and come together and kind of realize, we haven't really got a. I was hoping Apocalypse was gonna be like a war movie, like there's violence everywhere, like Apocalypse is doing all this stuff. We didn't really get that, and Apocalypse was a good villain. It wasn't the best though, but the movie overall, I love the movie overall. But when you think about it, X-Men Apocalypse was not a great action movie like I was expecting it to be. Because the way they teased it was like world-ending scenarios. He's doing all this crazy stuff. It takes place in the 80s. All this crazy stuff, right? So there's that. And it's just one of those things where you actually have to be cautious about. And I don't want to say cautious, but you have to think about it. I was really hoping X-Men Apocalypse would be like a war movie, like the action sequences in Days of Future Past. I was hoping that we would get a lot like that times 10. Like the set fighting off these creepy Sentinels was great. But Apocalypse, imagine doing that with Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen. That would be really cool. Funny thing, I just thought of the Psylocke in X-Men Apocalypse was that Olivia Munn did a great job as the character. But here's the thing, though, she didn't really have to talk that much. And I wasn't really expecting her to, but she didn't really add much to the movie. She was just kind of one of the Four Horsemen. That was it. So I don't know. Bryan Singer, he's the guy that does this universe best, and I think that's the best part. But one of the things I was gonna think about was, I hope the next X-Men movie they actually have like serious battles. Like I'll be right back. Visual of what I kind of want the next X-Men movie to be. It's one of my favorite covers of any comic book ever, and it's like this. Hold on, let me show you. It's right here. But I'm going to show you it kind of firsthand. I'm taking it out of the packaging. And actually, it's funny thing. Psylocke's on the back. this is what I kind of want my X-Men movie to be like. That's what I want. I want an X-Men movie like this. Just like that. I kind of want a movie that's like that, where like all the X-Men are just coming out, they're about to fight. Magneto's like all looking all, oops, what I'm saying. Magneto's looking all powerful. I kind of want an X-Men movie that looks like that. Archangel coming out of nowhere. Beast and all these. I love those guys. I think Beast is actually on the cover. See? He is. Charles Xavier's in his hover chair. Like, this is what I want the X-Men franchise to be like. But I haven't gotten that yet. I haven't gotten what I want yet. And I'm not saying they want to please me. I mean, go figure. I'm only kidding. But, you know, that's kind of the X-Men that I know. The X-Men, the 90s X-Men were violent. They were very gritty. They had a lot of arcs. They had a lot of great stories. Days of the Future Past was one of them, but X-Men Apocalypse, the Age of Apocalypse was just like that. Times 5. So, that's a great thing of Magneto. And, this is a brand new, what's that physics brand new? Jake, you seen this? I was just like, so, there's that. And that's the X-Men that I know. The super, like, ready to fight and take on the world type of X-Men. Be right back. So that's kind of like the Marvel lineup thing right there. Hold on. Let me ask you guys a question. Is there anything that you guys haven't seen yet that you want to see? In the Marvel, in the X-Men, or you know? I think I'll touch on this while I'm at it. Since Fox owns X-Men, and they own Fantastic Four, right? But Fantastic Four. What do you call it? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So here's the thing. This is I'm gonna bring up a topic that I think I brought up one of my thoughts on video, but I'm gonna bring it up right now since we're gonna start the DC discussion momentarily, the DC universe and how the comic books can kind of relate to that. Fantastic Four. It's right up there on the poster that I have. You've seen it before. It's right back there. So here's the deal. I love the characters of Fantastic Four. I think that's Marvel's first set of characters. Very, very, very first. It wasn't Spider-Man. It wasn't Hulk. It wasn't Iron Man. It wasn't any of them. It was the Fantastic Four. And no one has gotten their movie rights. No one has gotten the movie right yet. The first two movies were atrocious. The reboot was even more worse. So that begs the question: what are they going to do with this franchise? There's a couple options. You could make another one, but try and do it right. Or you can give it back to Marvel, because let's not forget, Marvel and Fox share the rights to the Skrulls, which are an alien race of. They battle the Kree a lot, and the Kree are an ancient shield, so that kind of ties that a little bit. So there's that, but Marvel and Fox own the rights to the Skrulls, but Fox owns the rights to Doctor Doom. They own the rights to Silver Surfer. Infinity War, anyone? They own the rights to Galactus. They own the rights to Super Skrull, Mole Man. You know, there's just a few right there. That is truly, I think that Fantastic Four has a lot of auxiliary characters that be good in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to introduce. But Marvel Studios does not have the rights to Fantastic Four. What X-Men, I said this in my thoughts on video a little while ago. What they could do could set up a deal where Fox and Marvel set up a deal and say, hey, you know, let's do this. You get the rights to the X-Men video game money, action figure money, and toy money, whatever. Like all the other Marvel rights to the X-Men, the rest of the X-Men rights to go to you as far as like monetarily. We still own the rest of the kit. You own the rest of the film get rights, but we'll give you like the video game money. We'll give you this, we'll get that, and you can kind of make your own video game that's better than all the previous games that you've got. In exchange for the rights to Fantastic Four. I think that's a good deal because what Fox wants is the video game money. They want the action figure money because they don't have. There's a reason why you don't see toys for the X-Men franchise. Marvel has the rights to that. So if they give those to Fox, who already has the X-Men, that just makes more sense. They kind of capitalize on their franchise, so to speak. Fantastic Four, you just give the rights back to Marvel as you make a deal for that. And probably there's gonna be like some money for it as well. Like, yeah, we screwed up big time. Like, like that kind of stuff. Because you know what I would love to see, but I'm never gonna see it though because he's on Netflix. Daredevil's on Netflix, but there's a few great Fantastic Four books where Daredevil and Fantastic Four cross over for a while. It's really good. I haven't read it, but I've read the synopsis of the books. They're really good. You guys should check them out sometime. If you get a chance to read like Fantastic Four graphic novels, either issues 1 through 60, trust me, there you go. There's that, and oh my god. Anyways, but the Fantastic Four, it's an interesting scenario they got themselves in right now, and we'll have to see about that for the time being. Jake is obviously asleep. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's that. He's there. He's going to be asleep right now. Let me think. How long have we been going for? I've been talking to you guys for 45 minutes. I've pretty much been talking to you guys for the past 45 minutes. I'm just checking out some stuff really quick. So I hope the Marvel discussion that I gave with you guys doesn't really bother you or scare you or whatever. I just want to let you guys know that we're 45 minutes into this discussion, which means we have one more thing that I want to touch on. I don't think we touched on it at all. Was the DC universe and how that can lead into how the comic book world can kind of relate back to like the. How do I want to do this? I want to go character by character. I want to do character by character and everything that I know about them, and then I'm gonna see what you guys have to say. I mean, you know it's in the chat board now. It's like it's 8:20 in the morning, and we're still going. Jake's snoring. So there's that. But as far as actual, I can't think of it. Let's go character by character. Okay, Batman. Quintessential Batman. I know. Actually, no. I'll save him for last because I know a lot about Batman. I actually when I was at Comic-Con, I got to get a picture and hold the first appearance of Batman. I love him so much. The first appearance of Batman from 1939 was on sale for $85,000. And I said, okay, can I get a picture holding it? That's all I ask. He said, yeah, sure, whatever. Hold on, I'm holding history. I'm holding something that's worth a lot of money. It's cool. Anyways, I'll get the Batman in a little while. But let's go to. I know a lot about Superman. Let's go. Who's going to be in the movies? Well, we know Shazam is now going to be in the DCEU according to Warner Brothers press releases. Word has yes, that is true now. Shazam will be a part of the DCEU after all. Even though they said like he's going to be all by himself, Black Adam's going to be by himself, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, blah blah blah. He's now going to be in the DC universe. I'm going to do a separate video on that later on in the week, so don't worry about it. I may do it tomorrow actually. Who knows? After I get a good night's sleep and all that stuff. Oh my god. he's actually just as powerful as Superman, and he can take him down. That's saying a lot because Superman is Superman. He's the quintessential go-to godlike character, and to have someone go toe-to-toe with him could be very interesting. Having Shazam go toe-to-toe, especially when you play Injustice: Gods Among Us and you see the fight between the two of you, between Superman and Shazam, you can kind of sense how these two characters kind of interact with each other on and off the pages of the comic books. I don't know the current iterations of Shazam very well right now because I haven't read 52 or whatever the new run is. So there's that. But Shazam, Billy Batson, Shazam. My dad actually grew up watching the Shazam TV series. Yes, there was a Shazam TV show in this late 70s, early 80, 81, 80. It was a Shazam TV show. My dad Shazam, boom, he turned into the guy. But they drew the Billy Batson, Billy Bostwick. They used to drive around in an RV or whatever. It's really weird. It's good. That's Shazam. What else is going to be in the movies? Flash, the fastest man alive. The fastest man alive is going to be in the movies. We've already seen him on screen a few times now with Batman v Superman. We've seen him actually in Suicide Squad. Spoiler alert, is a small role. He did a cameo. That was it. That was it. Flash did that, and I think his suit. They're really trying to do it. They're doing a great job of separating the CW Flash from the movie Flash. They're doing a great job not crossing those over. Ezra Miller's costume is more Iron Man-like. It's very technological. It's got a lot of... But then he can still move around, so he's still the Flash. It's not like the CW's leather costume, So they have this new robotic costume for the Flash. There's that. And by the way, the Flash and Shazam, their costumes may look alike, but they're two separate characters. Just like because some people don't realize that. I actually knew someone, and they're always like, "Oh, you're wearing a Flash shirt?" Like, I'm wearing Shazam. Anyways, I got all defensive. The Flash, what a great character. I know it's like, really, you're going there, but yeah, he is. The Flash is one of those characters you're kind of like, wow, it's cool. He's so fast. He's got his own problems here and there, right? But overall, he's still a very fun character. Let me actually go live right here. My volume's going down. I'm going to check the chat board, see if anyone's in there. Anyways, I digress. Where was the Flash, right? So, struck by lightning. His villains are not very well known. I only know a few because I've watched the CW show for 2 seasons it's been on. Zoom is great. Reverse Flash was really dark. I like that. And I don't want to say Whirlwind. That's a Marvel character. Anyways, but the Flash has a bunch of cool, really cool characters. Captain Boomerang is actually one of his villains, I think. Yeah, Captain Boomerang. So he's, and plus, I believe he beat Superman in a race, if I'm not mistaken. That sounds kind of cheesy, but it's true. I think he did. Let's jump over to another character that I know a little bit about is Green Lantern. Now, when I say the words Green Lantern, obviously a lot of people think that disaster of a 2011 film that I actually saw in theaters was Green Lantern. I'm one of those people that actually said, "That looks good, let's go see it," and I was like, yeah. So, and I remember kind of the ending, the parts on Oa were cool, but they didn't really have a lot of good stuff. Like if you're fighting a poo cloud, and it's so stupid. Anyways, this is a really, that's DC's Guardians of the Galaxy's Green Lantern, because he's a character who can use his willpower using his ring to create stuff, and he can kind of go about his day. He's a very powerful character with that ring. He can really save the day with a lot of people. Save the day with that. Actually, I read a lot of the Golden Age, like the 50s and 60s Green Lantern. It's really good stuff. If you have a chance to go read the DC showcases from Flash and Green Lantern, check it out. We've heard nothing on Green Lantern as far as the movies go. The 2020, I think, so they're separating the two from each other very well. Let's go the route of, and with Green Lantern, there's more than one. You can have a whole core, but they're going to focus on probably Hal Jordan more than anything. I was actually hoping Chris Pine would play Green Lantern, kind of get out of that Captain Kirk zone and go into Green Lantern. That'd be really cool. Aquaman. Yeah, everyone thinks of Aquaman as this cheesy, low life, just, I'm riding a dolphin, I can control fish. Yeah, well, take the man and we're talking about Aquaman. Okay? So, I'm suggesting, I'm just going through my DC characters database in my head, saying how Aquaman's pretty much a badass character, and he's not really, like, fake. Yeah, really. When you think about, imagine like what Jason Momoa was gonna do with Aquaman in the Man of Steel universe. Like, can you picture that? Like James Wan is gonna direct Aquaman. Have you heard about that? The guy who did Fast and Furious 7, Conjuring 1. He's branching out. I know you didn't like Conjuring, but I'm just saying. So that should be fun. Aquaman is one of those characters, to me at least, that kind of really people underestimate him, because he's a character that kind of is like, he's taken for cheese, like Aquaman. Sounds like a Mexican dish you would get at like your local Mexican chain restaurant. Yeah. You know? But Aquaman. And so he's a great character though. And especially in should I tell them about the Injustice one? Okay. So in Injustice Gods Among Us, or in the Injustice storyline, and also in the New 52 Aquaman, that's a hell of a character. I haven't read the New 52, but I've played Injustice, and my God, he's so good. He's got he'll stab you with his trident and stuff like that. It's really a dark take on a really cool character. It's pretty cool. And his villains, I don't really know his villains that well. Only like super sweaty people know who all his villains are. I'm not that crazy into it, but you know, who did I get? Shazam, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman. Cyborg is going to be in the Flash movie. We know that. Cyborg, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was a football player who got in a car accident, and they actually turned him into a cyborg to save the day, so to speak, because it was the only way to save him. That cyborg moment in Batman v Superman, it was a little cheesy at some points, but it was kind of badly done. But still, when you think about it, he's a very powerful character. He's like really, yeah, I forget how strong he is, but he's a pretty badass character of Cyborg. Cyborg is a really great character. Who did I get? I didn't get to the big three. So I touched on Superman a little bit, but I'm going to go to Wonder Woman first. Wonder Woman is the quintessential female superhero. Hands down. And she is one of those characters, she's got a lot of mythology, and I think they're going to show a lot of that in the Wonder Woman movie. A lot, you know? I think they'll show that in the Wonder Woman movie a lot. With her and Steve Trevor and all that. It looks great. Did you see the Comic-Con trailer? It looks really good. I was just nervous because we've never had a Wonder Woman movie on screen until now. We've never had a Flash movie on screen. We never had a it's all this stuff, right? We never had a Flash. We never had a Cyborg. We never had an Aquaman. Now we're getting that, and it's so exciting. What? I don't think they're gonna put Green Arrow on the screen. Green Arrow is more like a TV show character. Duh. Supergirl is a TV show character. The Flash. not really. Anyways, but he fits that world. I think they ordered a pilot before they realized that, it's okay. Anyways, so what I say, Wonder Woman, originally I thought she was going to come across as cheesy in Batman v Superman because the lasso of truth, like stuff like that. You watch her, my God. I want to see her standalone movie because of how good she was in Batman v Superman. She was, and yet, yes, the actress, they didn't get a real actress to play her when they got an underwear model, which can't hurt, but still, it's like you would expect like a legitimate actress, like who was rumored at one point, Kate Beckinsale was rumored, like all these legitimate actresses, Gina Carano, they were all rumored at one point to play Wonder Woman. Next thing you know, they're not even playing it. They got an Israeli underwear model known as Gal Gadot. And she did a great job for what she did, but I'm curious to see how she's going to do her standalone. And Justice League. I think she can legitimately act. Now that we've seen her in the little parts of Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman's going to come out next year. We're going to see what that's like. That should be interesting. I'm trying to think to myself. Wonder Woman, please, this is the last part of the 24-hour marathon. We're not even done yet. We're ending at 10 a.m. We're still going the DC stuff. I'll get into storylines that I like in a little while. But we're going to touch on Batman. We're going to touch on Superman, and then we're going to go to Batman. Superman is my second favorite character of all time. And he actually may be tied with Batman. I can't decide which one do I like more. Do I like Batman more or do I like Superman more? They're both complex, in-depth, really get into your head characters. But the thing with Batman is that I keep going back to Batman. I'll get to Superman first, and then I'll go to Batman, and then Batman's going to go for a little while. Superman is one of those characters that is, think about it for a sec. He's an alien from another world, but he looks human. He blends in perfectly. He wears glasses and he works at a newspaper company, publishing company. He grew up in Kansas, and he has the powers of a god. And he can take over the world. He can take over the world if he wanted to. But he has to keep that in check, and that's what. Having gone through middle school and high school now, having bullies come after you, Superman gives you hope. Superman gives you hope. He really gives you hope to be, things will get better. At least he gave me hope. And that's, obviously Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster are dead, but if I ever had the chance to meet him, I'd say thank you. Because they created a character that is so rich and so in depth and stuff. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some. You're gonna flip when you see this. But guys, this is you can look at this or your tire stuff. Yeah, take a nap. What? What? Okay. I'm just gonna talk about this for a little bit. Okay. So this is actually a reprint of one of the greatest books ever printed, in my opinion. reprint of the first appearance of Superman. Obviously, you can see it's $25 because it's a reprint. So, but it tells the story of how a young guy, a young man, came into the world. I love it when DC reprints this. This is actually cool. Mint condition reprint, guys. So, this tells the story of how Superman, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Clark Kent, and how it shows how he's bulletproof and how he can kind of rip through anything. How his boss, Perry White, Lois Lane. This is totally 30s. You can just tell that this is 30s. One of the most iconic covers. Classic Superman and Lois. For a guy that's created in the 30s, he's definitely very American. See, look, I don't think I should see that. But for a reprint, it's a very small book. It's only like 10, 15 pages. Not even that, maybe less. But it says, so begins the startling adventures of the most sensational strip character of all time. A physical marvel, a mental wonder, a Superman is destined to reshape the destiny of the world. Only in Action Comics. The fact that I even have a copy of at least the story is, look at this. Classic Superman. So, anyways, I digress. But Superman is one of those characters, and you can go into, what is it? You can go into like the most craziest, you can go, okay, into the deepest, darkest depths of like, I don't know, like everyone of Italy. Everyone knows Superman. You can show that logo, it's like Superman. You know, like everyone knows who this guy is. That's how world-renowned famous he is. Whether it's the 50s TV show with George Reeves, or the 70s and 80s movies with Christopher Reeve. It's definitely just he's a world-renowned character. It's awesome, and I love him. But I love Batman more. And here we go, the Batman time. It's Batman time. Batman is a character that I have come to know and love for a lot. Like, Batman was my first love of any superhero ever. I love him so much. And he's a very unique character because his origins are in the 30s when he was created, actually. When you think about it. That's Gotham City. Think about this for a minute. It's really a gothic city. It's like, when you think of Gotham, you think of these tall buildings, shadows everywhere, crime. Batman was kind of born out of that era of typical late 30s, late 30s, the Depression era too. theories say that the street thug was actually Jack Napier or the Joker. Now, no one really knows the Joker's real name. It's never been revealed. I think it's Jack Napier, personally. I think Jack Napier is the Joker's real name. And Jack Napier, or Napier, Napier. It's got a 30s kind of name to it. Jack Napier. For those of you keeping score, Napier. He's one of those characters. Now, I'm getting to the joke. Batman. Bruce Wayne was shot down. Bruce Wayne's mom and dad were shot in an alleyway by the Monarch Theater. And that one moment, was printed on Bruce Wayne's mind. And thus, he decided to travel the world and become a crime-fighting sensation. He wanted to learn how to train himself to become a better martial artist, a better assassin, so to speak, a better fighter. And Batman, in some of his earlier stuff, he fought with technology. But his earliest technology was like a flashlight, a grapnel gun, and his cape, and a few other one or two other things, like a smoke bomb, and that was it. I think the smoke bomb kind of came out of that era too, because it's kind of like a firecracker, but it just creates smoke. I could do that with one of the fireworks we have today, and then he come out. He's kind of born out of that. Everything that Batman does, he's kind of born out of that era of the DC. He's kind of born out of that 30s Gothic time period era. When I think of Gothic time periods, I also think of film noir, and how you hear like the drunk people and stuff like that. That's kind of what Gotham, I think, was based out of. And Bob Kane, the creator of Batman, and Bill Finger too. These two guys, they said, let's create a character that's cool. Batman was that character. Obviously, he's gone through many iterations throughout his career, in the comic books and on screen. As you know, a few hours ago, we were watching, maybe 10, 15 hours ago, we were watching the Batman 60s TV show. Batman went from the 30s and 40s vibe of Batman, and then they introduced Robin in 1940. Robin was created for the sole purpose of being to target kids to buy this book, to say, hey, I can be on an adventure with Batman. And then that kind of spun into like the arcs we now know of, like how his family was murdered, and they edited to it later on, like how he was murdered, how his parents' family was murdered, the Flying Graysons were murdered, how he became Robin. He said he found out who Bruce Wayne was Batman, and then he decided to join him. That's that. And then he became Nightwing. That's another story. The Batman, Robin was created for the sole purpose of a child buying the book to be on an adventure with Batman. Because Batman at the time was still like a guy. He was still like a man. But then the 40s and the 50s, and then the 60s came around, and Batman, the comic book Batman, kind of took a hit from that dark, mysterious, grime and brutal Batman. They wanted to go back to that. In the 70s, they started rearranging his look. They started doing this. In the 80s, we got it with the Dark Knight Returns. But I want to touch on the 60s for a second. The Batman in the comic books in the 60s was mirrored after the 60s Batman TV show and the movie. And how the TV show kind of showed, he ringed on the shark repellent. It turned Batman into a campy character. And that's not who Batman was. It took someone like Frank Miller and certain key artists and stuff to take this character of Batman and bring him back to the future, so to speak, or back to his origins of being a dark, mysterious character. And it wasn't until The Dark Knight Returns came out, 1986, was when The Dark Knight Returns came out. The Dark Knight Returns is a one-shot graphic novel. That's what Batman v Superman was based on, by the way. Batman has been retired from the world for about 5 or 6 years, crime in Gotham is just increasing and increasing and increasing. And then so Batman comes out of retirement. He's still a beast. He's a total savage. A lot of his bad guys are dead at this point. And he starts to go on a rampage. Superman is sent to stop this vigilante known as Batman because they don't want a vigilante. And they come to blow. Thus, Batman v Superman. And it was seeing from the book to the screen was actually pretty cool. What else was I gonna say? So and then Batman with the 60s and the early, like 70, 71 was when we got into the campy stuff, but then it went back to like the dark stuff. So and Batman's gone through his time periods as well. The 70s and the 80s had the death of the family story arc. The Dark Knight Returns is one of the best graphic novels ever. The Court of Owls seems to get a lot of attention. That's the new one that came out. What other key Batman story arcs? I think Batgirl came out in the 50s. I can't remember. But when you have a character that's been through as much as Batman, and been through as much, and actually, I'm going to I know we talked about the heroes, but I want to talk about Batman's villains in particular. His villains were kind of based out of that time period of 30s, early 40s, late 30s, like America. The times are rough. It's really dark, and there's that. But look at his rogues gallery. Okay, the Joker, he's a clown. Penguin, he's a man, trying to be like a penguin. Poison Ivy was born out of that time. She can control plants. Catwoman, Batman, Catwoman, kind of simple there. She became one of the most cosplayed people at Comic-Con. Nothing wrong with that. The list goes on. A Scarecrow came out of that time period. Two-Face came out of that time period. That's when it got a little crazy. Who would have thought, right? Ra's al Ghul came into the picture in the 40s, but Bob Kane started creating all these characters. Mr. Freeze is a different story. He came out in the 50s, and he was kind of a result of like the atomic age of the American society, where he was kind of like this mega guy, and he's like, I would freeze you type of thing, and Batman had to find a way to stop him, and he's one of my favorite villains. The Riddler came out of that time period. Not just Two-Face. Where's the Riddler? Anyways, but the Riddler over time period too has changed too. Kind of a lot of his Batman villains have evolved over time, but some of them kind of remain part of their time. Man-Bat, we're not going to get into that. That's just like a creature that goes after Batman. But the core characters: Joker, Penguin, Scarecrow, Riddler, Harley Quinn, that came out of that circus act arena type of place. And to think about when these characters came about, think about that. Think about that sound. Think about that time era that he was created in. And think about how all the characters he was surrounded by, Commissioner Gordon, they all kind of transcended to today. But they went through time changes. The 60s went crazy with like the Batman TV show. I love it, but it's still like, really, we're laughing at this, all this stuff, right? And it's the Batman character alone has gone through so much history. And now so his characters, villains as well. The Batman Joker divisiveness is one of the craziest things, one of the craziest dynamics people still talk about. Because people go to the movies because they want to see the dynamic. If the Joker and Batman are in it, they want to see it because it's that dynamic between the Joker and Batman, and how the two work off each other, how they're yin and yang, so to speak. A friend of ours did a documentary on how the evolution of Batman and Joker, where they came from, and he did a great job with it. I wish I could show it to you, but then again, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Batman, I can go on and on about Batman, but he's just one of those characters that kind of resonates with you. And yes, he's kind of the go-to. Who's your favorite superhero? Batman. But when you tell him why, that's the difference. That's when you know that's when they figure out, okay, he's kind of being like serious. Batman's his favorite character because those reasons. He's so mysterious. He's so dark. He's a great character piece as well. The Bruce Wayne persona in Batman, great. Batman Year One, great story about how his first story ever. But he's one of those characters you just love. dark night. He kind of does the job though. So that's I can go on. We just probably went through a sweat fest of stuff, but so let me just double check. That was the Batman stuff I wanted to touch on. Jake, we got a question. It's from Luigi. Luigi in the chat board says, I can't believe he's even watching us right now. Which film by Alejandro Gonzalez in Naruto do you like the most? Amores Perez, 21 Grams, Babel, Beautiful, Birdman, or The Revenant? I can only testify for what I know. And I would say, personally, either The Revenant or Birdman. Revenant for you? Okay, so Jake says Revenant. Really? I heard Birdman was phenomenal. Was Birdman spectacular? Correct me if I'm wrong. I would go with, just because I've seen Birdman, I've seen The Revenant. I haven't seen the other ones. I gotta decide on this. The Revenant. The Revenant. That's one of those. It's one of those movies you just kind of like. You kind of enjoy it for what it is. I can't even believe Luigi's like following us right now. That's kind of crazy. It's 8 in the morning. It's 9 in the morning. It's not 9 o'clock on Saturday yet. I would say for me I spelled that wrong. By the way, it's 9 o'clock. We have one more hour. We made it 23 hours already. Jesus. At least I have. Woo! I'm in the light. I'm super tired. Oh. Oh, buddy. Jake. Let me show you. Alright, I'm proud to say that it's 9 o'clock. We have one more hour to go, and we're tired as hell. Guys, it's 9 o'clock with one more hour. 20, I've been here for 20, well, really 22 hours. I slept for an hour. But I've been doing this now for 23 or 20, I've been doing this for a long time, since 10 a.m. yesterday. It's morning. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. It's daylight and we're already still going. Jesus Christ. Alright, so it's a friend of mine's birthday today. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. What do you want to talk about? gonna talk about whatever I'm gonna talk about. I've been doing this now for. I'm tired. I'm just gonna do it. We've been doing this now for a few hours, a long time, and this is just gonna be like me going on about how awesome you guys are for putting up with us, how awesome we are for staying up as late as we did. My eyes are tired. I have a doctor's appointment later today at 4 o'clock. And I'm gonna crash after I get off here. But we're just gonna treat this like just casual, you and me, guys, you and me. And Jake. We're gonna just talk about. I'm just gonna bring up some stuff that I'm very proud of. What's coming up? What we've decided as far as 24-hour marathons go. Things like that. So here we go. The one thing I want to mention to you guys is that we're gonna try and do 24-hour marathons every 6 months. So we're gonna do one over the summer. We just did it. We're finishing it up, and we're gonna do one over December again, just to keep you guys in the loop. We're gonna do it for as long as we can. It's a lot for us. We get tired. It's the holiday season, and when that kind of comes around, but we do it for you. We do it for you guys, and it means the world to me that I have people out there that want to hear my opinion. I mean that. You guys, all of the people who have viewed my content, have commented, have left their opinions, and who've just been so nice to me over the past the year and a half now, more than a year and a half now. You guys have been so good, great viewers, and I want to give you guys a round of applause. As the host of the Super Reviews Show, you guys have just rocked the world. You guys have just brought new joy into my heart. Because I told this on the last 24-hour marathon when we started. I wanted to do this with my cousin, but he couldn't do it. He lives an hour away from me. He couldn't come up a lot. So what we decided was, I said, okay, I'll do it. You can come on whenever you're ready. He said, okay, sure. That's when I got him on the 24-hour marathon that time. That was a year of the Super Reviews Show. I'm flattered about how you guys just have put up with me. A few of my rants here and there, like, this is ridiculous. Putting up with us for now 23 hours and 4 minutes of just non-stop blah 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 blah. I'm sure part one was boring because it was just me. It was like it's always just me. But having part two with the Andrew and Luke Star Wars talk, we went crazy with that. I just spent this last hour and a half talking about Marvel and DC for you guys. We do it for you. And actually, I think it was 2 in the morning. We talked about horror movies. We did that. What? Yeah. So we talked about a bunch of different stuff. We didn't really talk about sci-fi. We talked about Star Wars. We talked about Star Trek, but we didn't really get into other sci-fi, like aliens and stuff like that, Predator, Blade Runner, things like that. We didn't really get into that, but we do it for you. We do it. What we're doing right now. He's sleeping, but it's okay. He can testify for me too. What we do for you. We've been doing this now for a year and a half, and you guys are just the best crowd, the best people around us, and you should give yourselves a round of applause. Not us. We just do it for you. You guys should give yourselves a round of applause. We're just tuning in all the time and finding out when the next Comic-Con announcement is, or whether this movie piece of art came out, or listening to my thoughts on video. You guys have been the best, and you supporting the content too. Trekkies would not be as big as it is without you guys viewing and sharing and content. Sorry. Twitter. You guys have loved us on Twitter. You guys have loved us on Facebook. Super Reviews Show on YouTube has been great so far. I didn't do a video for it, but we passed 30,000 views. That's 20,000 views in about 6 months. From January until now, or late January until now. January we had 10,000, and then we had 20,000 immediately after this. Now we're probably gonna get more watch time. You guys have boosted the channel to more popularity, so we've been more popularity. We can also talk film, we can talk TV, we can talk movies, we can talk music for all we care. We can talk about comic books. We brought in the comic books are still actually here right now. We can talk about good old Darth Vader. You know, remember this from like 5 to 10 hours ago. But yeah, so you guys have meant the world to us, and for the next few minutes, we're just gonna let you guys kind of go through it. We're gonna let you do what you want to do. We're just gonna sit here and kind of chillax for a little while. The only thing I wish that happened was I wish my girlfriend was here. She said to me, she's like, hey, you know, I'd love to come on. I gotta work though. I'm like, okay, I understand. But we had a nice discussion about 1 in the morning on the chats. I don't know when you guys saw that. It was absolutely spectacular. And you know, just being here and doing what I do. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for, but I definitely want to do it for as long as possible. I would love to make this my career. Because you know, Jeremy Johns, who I look up to very much, he started just talking movies and people followed him, and he grew. Now he has 1 million subscribers. And it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of time to check this out, but you know, I want to get to a point where I can just go to Comic-Con and have like 2,000 people watching. That'll take about a year or two, but I love it. I love doing this. And it's just, you guys mean the world to me, and I mean the world to you. Hopefully, I will say this is probably a good time. We're gonna get a new poster. It's gonna go right there, underneath Iron Man, or right there next to it. I have actually a custom-made poster. We're probably gonna put it right underneath Iron Man a little bit, or we'll do something like that. We're gonna put a custom-made poster. I can't tell you what it is. You're just gonna have to see it when it's revealed, you know. But yeah, so I'm honored to do what I do. So I'm still alive. So it's just I love doing this. And now I've talked for 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn it over to you guys. Ask us anything you want to ask us. I've said this for 23 hours now. Keep it going. I know the TF2 guy was in the chat board. I don't know when Luigi sent that, but he sent it. I don't know. Weird. But look, like I said, guys, we've been doing this now. Or I don't even know how long we've been doing it for. But we've just been doing it, and it's been absolutely spectacular. And all of you guys being a part of us. I'm actually posting on Facebook right now. We're in the last part. Tune in. So I'm gonna God, I just found this out. Today would have been Gene Roddenberry's 95th birthday. The guy who created Star Trek. It would have been his. Oh my God! It would have been his 95th. That's saying something, guys. The fact that he died 20 years ago, right? I can't remember. Twitter. Let's check Twitter. Guys, we're just wrapping up things here. We're gonna wrap up at like 9:59. We're gonna cut it at 10. And we're gonna cut it. It's insane. This is incredible. I can't even believe we made it this far. Personally, I can't believe it. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm actually pretty tired. I think Jake's asleep, so. Hard to believe. Check up on some stuff. I can't even believe we're still going. Like we're gonna be done at 10, but we've been going now for. Oh my God, we've been going for so long. Who's tuning in right now? We got 2 people watching us. Oh, now we got 3 people watching us. No, 3 likes. Excuse me. Guys, who's watching us now? You know, like comment below or let us know. That was the Jeremy John steal right there. I just totally stole Jeremy John's thing. How about that? This is just we hit a spike in this one, guys. This marathon hit us a spike. Let's go to community. I want to see who's doing this stuff. Apparently 3 people are watching us on our last bit of the 24-hour marathon. Oh my God. If you could bring back one dead director, if I could bring back one dead director, who would it be? I'd bring back Alfred Hitchcock, hands down. Alfred Hitchcock or Stanley Kubrick. One of those 2. Yeah, probably Alfred Hitchcock. Guys, keep telling people we're on our last bit. We have about another 45 minutes to go of this 24-hour marathon. We are 23 hours and 16 minutes into this 24-hour marathon. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. You need to keep it going. We love having you guys. We love all this stuff. You guys are absolutely spectacular. And apparently people are subscribing to the Super Review Show. Subscribe to this channel for all of your comic book updates. Who's watching us? You guys can comment in the chat board too. There's one if you're on your mobile device on the bottom of the screen. If you're on your computer, it's on to your right. It's other stuff. And it's just, you know. I can't even believe that we're still going this far. What American version of Godzilla do you think was better? 1998 or 2014? My goodness, 2014. I could not stand the 1998 one at all. 1998 was not my friend. Like 1998 was so not good. To the point of like ridiculous. I'm like, really? This is what you're doing on a blah blah blah. You know, I'm like, what the hell? Guys, keep telling. Hey, Luigi, if you want to tell people that we're still live for the next like 43 minutes, let people know. Okay, if you can do it, that'd be good. Okay. Our friend Luigi's in the chat room. We haven't talked to him in a while. He's going off the call. He's in college. We've been going at this for an hour and 40 minutes. We're gonna have another like 20 something to go. The clock's ticking away, guys. To quote one of my, I think it was. Checked out and as I sat listening to the hours and minutes ticking away. You were just sitting around and waiting for my life to begin, but it was all just slipping away. And actually, funny, these are better days, baby. Yeah, it's better days shining through. These are better days for the girl like you. I like that song. Better days, better days. Come on, guys, keep telling people we're alive as all hell. Oh my God. In your opinion of the 2009 film. Wait, 2009, 2012. What do you mean, like of Godzilla or King Kong? Oh, the 2009 film, 2012. Like the movie 2012, right? Luigi, do you mean the movie 2012? Like the numbers 2012 or no? Because I haven't seen that. I should have seen it. I heard it was like, Four people are watching this now. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, the movie. Okay, truth be told, I haven't seen it, but what I've seen of it, I was intrigued. I was oddly intrigued by the way it is. It's like kind of just like, really, you're gonna make a movie about the end of the world? Interesting. I think 2012. It looked okay. I didn't see it though. Can you promote this? Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it actually, but it looked good. I didn't see it though. So yeah, keep the questions coming if you'd like. Who are all these trolls that are disliking us? Like, you gotta have some balls to really dislike, not us, but like just dislike in general. Alright guys, let me know what you guys are thinking out there. Keep telling people we got roughly about 40 minutes left of this marathon. We don't want to go out with a loser streak. We want to go with a bang. Tell all your friends that we are live. Goodness gracious, guys. We're live. We're still going strong. Okay. Which Home Alone sequel after 1 and 2 do you dislike the most? Home Alone 3, Home Alone Taking Back the House, or Holiday Heist? Man, can I say all three? I hate all three. There's only 2 Home Alone movies in the first place, so that's my answer to that. But if I had to choose, I'd probably pick like Home Alone 4 or 5. They were terrible sequels. You cannot watch Home Alone without whatever the actor's name is, the kid. You know, it's ridiculous. I don't know. Which Monty Python film do you like the most? There's no question about it. It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Huh? Exactly. Luigi's asking these questions, so I'm just figuring out asking for the time being. Holy Grail. Hands down, one of the best comedies of all time. Hands down. Like Airplane, I go Spaceballs. Those are parody, but then again, Monty Python is kind of a parody, right? A little bit. Not a lot. Oh, just a little bit. I'm going to call my grandfather really quick. I'm going to let him know that we're still alive. Which Dirty Harry film series do you like the most? Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, or The Dead Pool? 1998 film, not the Marvel movie. Who is Dirty Harry? I go Dirty Harry. So yes, I really know that we're on our last part. Dirty Harry. Oh, really? That's weird. Oh, yeah, because right now, if you're looking at it right now, there's chat boards to the right. Oh, okay. There's a thing where you can hide the chat. Did you click on that, or show chat or hide chat? Probably that. Dirty Harry. I was gonna say you can tune in for the last little bit. We're ending at 10. All right, thank you very much. Bye. Oh my God, we're still alive. We're still going strong. We're living the dream, folks. We're living the dream. All right, keep asking us questions. TF2. Which film by Paul Feig do you like the most? Bridesmaids, The Heat, Spy, or Ghostbusters? It's either Bridesmaids or Ghostbusters. Listen, Ghostbusters, he did a really good job with Ghostbusters. It was not the best movie by far. No, it was not at all. But it was pretty funny. Ghostbusters was actually pretty funny, guys. You know, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna say between Ghostbusters and Bridesmaids, I'd go Bridesmaids. But I really enjoyed the Ghostbusters reboot they did. It was actually it was fun. So what else we got here? Guys, we're approaching the 30-minute mark. Where are you going? Okay. Alright, guys. Oh, wait. Which version of Poseidon do you think is better? The Poseidon Adventure or 2006? 72 or 2006? Probably 72, just because it's more like it's got that older vibe to it. You know how like certain movies have a vibe to it, like it's a representative of its time. I'd go the route of it has like it has definitely has its it shows its time. So there's that. How we doing? Overall settings overall. Which reality comedy from MTV do you like the most? Punk'd, Scared, Jackass, Viva La Bam, Wild Boys, Pranked, or Human Giant? Jackass. Hands down, Jackass, guys. Jackass, no questions asked. Here we go. Oh, which film of 2015 did you dislike the most, even if you saw the film's preview? Pixels, Jupiter Ascending. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I gotta answer the 20. Which one is the best of 2015? Martian, Fury Road, or Force Awakens. Either one of The Martian, Mad Max, Fury Road was incredible, and Star Wars, Force Awakens. Those three right there. Worst though of 2015, even at the preview, Jupiter Ascending. Man, 50 Shades, Mall Cop. I'd go Jupiter Ascending, 50 Shades, and Fantastic Four. You know, those are pretty bad. Those were terrible. My God. most liked was Martian, Fury Road, and Force Awakens. And disliked was Jupiter Ascending, 50 Shades, and Fantastic Four. We have less than 30 minutes to go. Less than 30 minutes. What film by David Lynch do you like the most? Eraserhead, Blue. Oh my god. Okay, this I'm not that familiar with. David Lynch film do I like the most? My god. I don't even know. I don't know David Lynch that well, so. Next question, I guess. Full screen. Which aspect ratio do you prefer to watch in movies? Full screen or widescreen? Full screen. Because it's full. Yeah, I gotta get the whole screen. Personally, I'm more of a... What movie genre do I dislike the most? Dislike the most. As of right now, I hate with a passion, I hate spoof movies. Like, how did we go from, let's say, Airplane, Spaceballs, Hot Shots, Hot Sharks Part 2, Naked Gun Trilogy, there's one more, Top Secret. How do we go from that to Vampires Suck, Meet the Spartans, the Hungover Games? I hate spoof movies today. Like, they were so good. Scary Movie, I hate with a passion. I hate parody movies. today. The past parody movies are phenomenal, but these today are just horrible. Like the spoof movies today. I may do my thoughts on video for that. The spoof movies today are so bad. They're an ocean of crap. Like so much crap. It's so stupid. I hate modern spoof. Hate that genre. Otherwise, I'm good with everything else. Mystery I'm okay with. I'm not the best with mystery, but I do enjoy a good mystery. Like I would say Usual Suspects is like a mystery-like film, but it's not mystery film, you know. So guys, keep those questions coming. I know Luigi's doing a lot of the stuff right now, but we're almost done. We're getting close to 10 a.m., guys. Getting close to 10 a.m., and we're going to be done with this marathon. Jake's probably going to wake up, hopefully. I hope Jake wakes up. I should say that. If Jake doesn't wake up, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. For my opinion of dislike movies, every shark movie after Jaws. Yeah, pretty much every after Jaws, there was no such thing as a good shark movie. I can't even believe, like, this is still... We have 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes before we... We have 20 minutes before we end this thing. So, submit your questions. Keep it going. Which Vietnam War film do you like the most? Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, The Deer Hunter, We Were Soldiers, or Apocalypse Now? Okay, to me at least, two of these don't belong here. They're good, but they don't belong here. Deer Hunter is not as good as Apocalypse Now, and We Are Soldiers is not as good as that. So I would narrow it down between Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, or Apocalypse Now. Man, Platoon. I would go Apocalypse Now, just for the sake of the score. Everyone knows da 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 da. That one, it's so good. I would say Apocalypse Now, hands down. Platoon is great. Full Metal Jacket is hysterically great, but Apocalypse Now is where it's at. Keep the questions coming, buddy. We've reached 2 hours of this live stream. Now we're gonna go, and then after this we're gonna end the 24-hour live stream. Jake is still asleep. It's okay, guys. It's all good. It's all good. So, let's see. I'm watching this chat. Yeah, for sure. Alright, keep the questions coming. Is there anyone that's watching us? Because I don't want to end this thing with... Okay, which Transformers cartoon do you like the most? Oh, the show. 1984 or 2007? 1984 Transformers. Because 2007 was not as good. Like, Beast Wars was not as good as the original cartoon is the original cartoon. You have to do it. Like, the Transformers movies are here and there. But 84 cartoon, man. 1984. Autobots, roll out. So good. My die. Okay, which high school movie do you like the most? Project X, Weird Science, American Pie, Breakfast Clubs, or Perks of Being a Wallflower? The Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club. Speaking of breakfast, I gotta have breakfast. Guys, we have like 15 minutes left. We have, I don't even know how, what is my opinion of 10 Clover? Intriguing. 10 Cloverfield Lane, intriguing, because they had the trailer drop like 2 weeks before the announcement of the movie. That's kind of risky. Now you think they shot a movie, dropped the trailer, and then it was like, what? The marketing was very precise, I will say that. As far as the movie itself, I did not see it, but I heard it got incredible reviews. I heard it was that good. I have not seen it yet. I personally want to see it, but I heard it's really good. So there's that. What else we got? Cloverfield. Wrap this bad boy up. So keep asking those questions. Keep telling people we're live. 15 minutes until we're done. What is my opinion of Independence Day resurgence? And what would you rate it? I have not seen. My opinion of it is, okay, it's 20 years later. They have to do this. They have to fight against another alien ship. I felt like it was a rehash of Independence Day, but what would I rate it? Like a 6, 7 out of 10. The 7th highest. In my opinion of it is like, okay, so you make Independence Day in 1996, and you release the sequel in 2016, which is 20 years later. The planet is already kind of fixed. They have great technology, and then another ship shows up. That goes crazy. So that's what I would say about that's what I would say. My opinion of Independence Day resurgences. Oh. Which film by Brad Bird do I like the most? The Iron Giant, Incredibles, Ratatouille, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, or Tomorrowland. Either Mission Impossible which Planet of the Apes film do you like the most? 68 or 2001? It's 1960 mother effing 8. 2001 doesn't exist. Which Ridley Scott film do I like the most? Martian, Alien, or Blade Runner, hands down. One of those three. Or Black Hawk Down. Probably Alien. I think Alien is my favorite because Alien, if I'm not mistaken, is Ridley Scott's first film. Ridley Scott's old. So his second film was Alien, but I would say Alien. What is my opinion of the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s? I don't really care. I mean, I get that some people like it's for nostalgia purposes. But as far as like actual like movies, it's weird. I like the new ones though because they're more live actiony, if you will. They're more CG. They look better personally compared to what I've seen from the '90s live action films of the Turtles. I kind of think that I like the new ones. I do like them. They definitely have their own cheese to them, but they're still good. We've been going for about 2 hours. Guys, we have 10 minutes left. We have 10 minutes left of the 24-hour live streaming Super Review Show Summer Edition Marathon. 10 minutes left, guys. Can you do it? Let us know. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Complaints? Anything else? Because we're going to end it at 10 o'clock, so any last minute stuff you might as well say it now. Grandfather, nice job. Thank you, fellow relatives of mine. So, Jake's still asleep. I'm kind of by myself right now. I'm just kind of pulling away, doing whatever I gotta do. What? You're awake. Alright, take your time. Well, we're gonna sign off in like 6-8 minutes. Luigi was like the questionnaire, man.
Yes, of course I'm still going to this show. Hell yeah. I told you, even if something goes wrong, I'm still gonna go.
I can't believe we did it. It's ridiculous. Go for it. Now we have 6. Guys, this has been a pleasure to do this with you guys. We're counting down the clock until 10 a.m. The fact that we did this is absolutely phenomenal.
Pushing through. I got knocked out because I was waiting on you and I needed to drive. So that's why I wasn't
Sorry
here
about
for
that.
the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. I need to drive, so.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
So, any questions I can answer now? Otherwise,
No, Luigi's going. I don't know why.
anyone in there?
No, my grandfather. Your grandma wanted to. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Can't believe it.
Well, I think it's a lot easier if there's more than one person.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4. There's 2 or 3 people, I think.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much we had it last time. It was just
Being up and down. I can't believe we have 5 minutes left. When I'm done, I'm gonna eat breakfast and go. I'm gonna say goodbye to you, and then you're gonna go. And then you're gonna
I'm gonna get actually.
You start back over there. I'm gonna sign off right now. I can't even believe we did it.
My mother that called before.
Oh, it was her.
I was like, no, I want to answer the phone.
I would have answered the phone.
I did.
So yeah, I'm gonna put this right here. No, let's put this right here. Guys, I cannot thank you enough. You got it? I cannot thank you guys enough for sticking it through with all of us throughout this entire thing. I've been, I was the only one for like how long? I was the only constant. You came in later on. The other Luke and Andrew.
Nice shit for the fucking balls.
Did a good job. We've done a great job. We're just starting to take stuff apart already while we're still on camera. Pretty funny, huh? This right here, yep.
Yeah. Oh shit, you like closed in.
There you go. And I'll-
Wires.
there you go. So now we have 3 minutes. Tell me about it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we're going to officially sign off. Actually, in about a minute and a half now. We're going to be signing off the Super Review Show's first ever full 24-hour marathon. Because the last one only lasted, what, 17 hours?
17 hours. Cool.
It's ridiculous. So Jake's already packing up. We're just waiting for the clock to run down. Look, I know I say this at the end of every video, but if you love movies, if you love TV, if you love comic books, if you love superheroes, if you love Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, you name it, keep it locked on the Super Review Show for all things pop culture related and everything else. This is Mr. Jake Papanicolo. You can follow his sorry, that's my boss. You can follow him on. You can subscribe to him on YouTube on at XX Ranger Pap 2XX.
There you go.
There we go. So actually, I'll leave a link for that in the description of the video so you guys can check it out. Guys, it's been a pleasure doing this with you guys. For now, 24 hours has finally arrived. Sayonara, bitches. I'm only kidding. I love you all. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. And wait, I gotta end it. But I gotta end the video the way I always end videos. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos later. So, but for all your pop culture updates and all your 24-hour marathons, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. J-Man, off to work. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are truly the best.